Meow.
Your cat just walked slowly into the room, looked straight at you with those calm and steady eyes, then softly blinked and turned completely away like nothing had happened at all. Most people think that means absolutely nothing. But what if that one small, quiet moment was actually your cat saying something you have been waiting your whole life to hear? Something deeper than any words could ever reach. Something most pet owners miss every single day. Here is the thing that nobody ever really tells you when you first bring a cat home. Cats are not dogs. They do not wag their tails. They do not run to eagerly greet you at the door every single time you walk in from outside. And for a very long time, science itself said that cats were cold, independent, even completely indifferent to the people living around them. But science got that one entirely wrong. The living proof is right there in your home. Researchers at Oregon State University ran a very careful study, and the results genuinely stunned even the scientists who had designed it from the very beginning. Cats, when given a real choice between food, scent, toys, and simple human company, chose people most of the time. Let that land for just one full second. Your cat actually chooses you, not because you are holding a treat, simply and completely because you are you. That truly matters deeply. And if you are sitting here watching this video right now, I already know something real and honest about you. You talk to your cat. Not just a quick little hello as you pass through a room. Real, honest, heartfelt conversations. You tell them about your day, about what is weighing heavy on your mind. And sometimes quietly, in the soft and still evening light, it honestly feels like they understand every single word. You are not imagining that at all. There are 15 signs that your cat has genuinely bonded to you, the same exact way a young child bonds to a loving parent. Not metaphorically, behaviorally, biologically. And most of the people living with these cats every single day have absolutely no idea that these quiet signs are unfolding right there in front of them. That is exactly what we are going to walk through carefully together in this video today. Every single one of them, right now. But before we get into the full list together, I need you to hold on to one very important idea first. Cats do not show love the way people show love at all. They show it in the very unique way that only cats truly know how. And once you genuinely start learning their quiet language, once you begin to clearly see it for the very first time in your life, you will never look at your cat quite the same way ever again. It just always happens that way. Sign number 1. Your cat brings you things. Dead birds, favorite toys, random small objects found all around your home. You probably laughed it off, maybe made a quick face, and moved right on with your busy day without giving it very much thought at all. But what your cat was actually doing in that quiet little moment is one of the most meaningful acts of care in the whole animal world. They were genuinely trying to teach you to survive out there. Think carefully about what that actually means for just one moment. In your cat's completely honest view of the entire world, you might not know how to hunt properly for yourself. You might not know how to truly take care of yourself the way they feel you should be. So they bring you something. A small and genuine gift. A quiet lesson wrapped inside pure instinct. A gesture that gently says, I see you. I think about you. I want you to always be okay. Sign number 2. Your cat sleeps near your head or curled up right on your chest at night. Not down at the foot of the bed somewhere distant. Not on the couch across the room where it is warm and comfortable enough for them. Right there, close to your face, close to the steady sound of your breathing, and the quiet beat of your heart beneath them. In the wild, cats only rest that close to the ones they trust completely with their lives. That is you. And here is what quietly moves me every single time I really sit with this particular thought for even a little while. Your cat could sleep absolutely anywhere it wants inside your entire home. A warm, golden patch of morning sunlight right near the window. The welcoming, soft corner of your couch. But they always come back. To you. Every single night. Making that same quiet and deliberate choice all over again. Because in their world, You are simply home. Sign number 3. Your cat follows you from room to room. You get up to make coffee and they appear in the kitchen. You walk to the bathroom and somehow they are already right there waiting. People joke about this all the time. They call it being a shadow. But what it actually is, in the quiet language of cats, is something much closer to devotion. They do not want to be in the room. They want to be wherever you are. There is a difference there. Think about a small kitten living out in the wild. It follows its mother absolutely everywhere she goes. Not because it is bored or restless at all. Because the mother is safety. The mother is warmth. The mother is the only thing in the entire world that makes complete sense. When your cat follows you from the living room to the kitchen late at night, they are telling you, in the oldest language they have ever known, that you are their whole world. Sign number 4. Your cat meows at you specifically. This one surprises a lot of people when they first hear it. Adult cats in the wild almost never meow at other cats. They hiss, they chirp, they trill, but they do not meow. Scientists now believe that meowing, as we know it, is a language cats developed almost entirely to talk to humans. Your cat literally invented a new way to communicate, and they use it only with you. Think about that deeply. Every single meow is different too. And if you have lived with your cat long enough, you already know this without even fully realizing it. There is the I am hungry, meow. The I am bored, meow. The I just want your attention, meow. That sounds almost like a soft and gentle question. You learned their language without ever studying it. You just listened, day after day, and now you understand each other. That is not coincidence. That is a real bond growing. Sign number 5. Your cat exposes their belly to you. Now stop right there, because this one is important, and most people honestly get it wrong. A cat showing you their belly is not always an invitation to touch it. Sometimes it is, yes, but more fundamentally, it is an act of complete and total vulnerability. The belly is the softest part, the most exposed part, the part a cat protects above everything else. Showing it to you means total trust in you. In nature, showing your belly to another animal is one of the most exposed and dangerous things you can possibly do. It leaves everything vital completely open and undefended in an instant. Your cat rolls onto their back and stretches out right in front of you, and what they are actually saying is, I am not afraid when I am near you. I do not need my guard here. You are the one place where I can be fully open. That is love expressed through the body. Sign number 6. Your cat headbutts you, or as the experts call it, they bunt you. That firm little press of the forehead, right against your chin or your cheek or your hand. It feels playful. It can feel completely random. But it is neither one of those things. Cats have scent glands in their foreheads, and when they press against you like that, they are marking you. Not in a territorial way, in a deep, belonging way. You are mine, and I am yours. There is a whole quiet world of communication happening in that one small and easy gesture. When your cat bunts you, they are also taking in your scent and blending it with their own. In wild colony cats, the ones who bunt each other are the ones who truly belong together, the ones who are family to each other. Your cat is placing you inside that circle with them. They are telling every part of their deep instinct that you belong. You are family. Sign number 7. Your cat needs you. That slow and rhythmic pushing of the paws into your lap or your arm or your chest. Back and forth, back and forth. Sometimes with eyes half closed and a low and steady purr just beginning to build. Kneading is what kittens do against their mother while nursing. It means comfort. It means warmth. It means the safest and most beloved place they have ever known. And your cat still does it to you. Think about that. When a fully grown cat needs you like that, they are not thinking about milk anymore. They are feeling something much deeper. A quiet, old, pre-language feeling of being completely safe and completely cared for. They are returning to the very first warmth they ever knew. And they are finding it again. In you. In your lap. In the simple and steady fact of your presence in their life. You became that for them somewhere quietly along the way. You are home. Sign number 8. Your cat makes eye contact with you and then slowly blinks. You have probably seen this dozens of times without knowing what it truly meant. In the cat world, a direct and unblinking stare is a threat. It is a challenge. It means something is about to happen, and it is not going to be friendly. But a slow blink is the exact opposite of all that. A slow blink is a cat lowering every single wall they have. It is a kiss without lips. Researchers actually tested this. They had strangers slow blink at cats they had never met before. And the cats slow blinked back significantly more often than with people who kept a neutral expression. What that tells us is extraordinary. Your cat is not just responding to you out of habit. They are actively choosing to open up to you. Every time they give you that long, sleepy blink, they are saying, "I trust you completely. I am not afraid here." Sign number 9. Your cat chirps or trills when they see you. Not a meow. Something shorter, softer, more musical than that. A little rising sound in the back of the throat. Most cat owners hear this and just smile without really thinking about it. But that sound has a specific origin. Mother cats use that exact sound to call their kittens to follow them. When your cat trills at you, they are using their mother voice. They are calling you close. Stop and really sit with that for just a moment. Your cat looks at you and makes the sound that cats across thousands of years have used to say, "Come with me, stay near me, you are safe when you are close." They do not do it randomly at all. They do it when you walk into a room, when you finally come home, when you softly call their name from across the house. They answer with their mother sound. Because in their world, that is who you are to them. Sign number 10. Your cat grooms you. They lick your hand, your hair, your arm. Maybe your forehead if you hold still long enough. And yes, it is a little rough, and yes, it can feel a little odd. But mutual grooming, what scientists call allo-grooming, is one of the most intimate social behaviors in the entire cat world. Cats only groom the ones they have fully chosen. And somewhere along the way, without announcement, they chose you. They still choose you. When your cat grooms you, they are doing something deeply social and deeply intentional. They are maintaining the bond. They are saying, "You are part of my group, and I take care of the ones in my group." There is also something tender in it that is hard to put into words. Because grooming in cat culture is not just hygiene, it is comfort. It is closeness. It is the kind of care that does not need a reason. It just happens because you matter to them. Sign number 11. Your cat comes to you when you are sad. You have had a hard day. Maybe you sat down on the couch and let out a long, slow breath and did not say a word to anyone. And then, quietly, your cat appeared. They jumped up next to you or settled into your lap without being invited. No fanfare. No noise. Just presence. Just warmth. Research confirms that cats respond to human emotional cues. They feel the shift in you. And they show up. There is something about that moment. A cat arriving in your hardest hour without being asked. That reaches right past logic entirely. They did not come because they wanted food. The bowl was full. They did not come because of a noise. The house was quiet. They came because something deep in them recognized that you needed company. And they chose, without hesitation, to be exactly that for you. That is not just animal behavior. That is something much more. Sign number 12. Your cat waits for you at the door. Not every cat does this visibly, but if you pay close attention, you will notice it. Some sit just inside the entrance. Some appear from around a corner exactly when you arrive. Some were asleep across the house, and somehow knew you were coming before the door even opened. Studies show cats can recognize the specific sound of their owner's car or footsteps from a remarkably far distance away. Think about what that means in terms of attention. Your cat is not simply aware of the house around them. They are aware of you, your patterns, your rhythms. the specific sound of your key, the weight of your step on the stairs. They have been quietly studying you this entire time, not out of anxiety, out of attachment. They track you the way you track someone who matters, the way you notice small things about people you genuinely and deeply love. Sign number 13. Your cat approaches you with their tail held straight up, the very tip curling like a soft question mark. Most people see this every day and have no idea what it means, but that posture has a name in cat behavior research. It is called the greeting tail, and kittens use it with only one living thing in the world: their mother. When your cat walks toward you like that, you are receiving a kitten's greeting. That belongs to you alone. Think about how often that happens. How many times a week your cat has walked into the room, spotted you, and that tail has gone up before they even reached you, before you said a word, before you moved. The tail went up the moment their eyes found you. That is not a conditioned response to feeding time. That is recognition. That is what the body does when it sees someone it loves, before the mind has time to think about it. Automatic, immediate, real. Sign number 14. Your cat tolerates things from you they would never allow from anyone else. The belly rubs that go a little too long, the kisses pressed into the top of their head, being scooped up mid-nap, being dressed in something absurd for a picture. They give you the look. They squirm sometimes, but they stay. They do not run. And that staying, that quiet permission they extend only to you, is one of the most intimate things a cat can offer. Because tolerance from a creature that answers to no one is not passive. It is a decision. Your cat has rules. You have seen them enforce those rules with everyone else. The stranger who reached too fast. The child who grabbed without asking. The friend who tried to pick them up and got the full retreat. And then there is you. The exception. The one the rules bend for. That exception did not come for free. You earned it. They gave it. That is a real bond. Sign number 15. The last one. And in some ways the most powerful of all. Your cat seeks you out for no reason. Not because they are hungry. Not because they want to play. Not because there is anything they need from you, practically speaking. They just come and sit near you. Sometimes they touch you. Sometimes they settle a few feet away and close their eyes. They are not there for a reason. They are simply there because you are there. That is it. That is presence for the sake of presence. That is choosing someone not out of need, but out of something that feels, when you watch it closely enough, a lot like love. Animals are not supposed to do that, according to the old way of thinking. They are supposed to be driven by survival, by instinct, by food and warmth and nothing more. But your cat sits beside you in the evening for no practical reason at all. And that changes everything we thought we knew. So here we are. 15 signs. 15 quiet, everyday moments that most people walk right past. And every single one has been happening in your home, possibly for years, without you fully seeing it. The slow blink, the trill at the door, the kneading, the grooming, the tail held high, the way they find you when the day has been hard. These are not random behaviors. They are a language, and your cat has been speaking it to you this whole entire time. What I want you to sit with is not just the information, it is the feeling underneath it. Because something shifts when you realize that an animal, a creature with no obligation to love you, has quietly and deliberately chosen you anyway. Has organized their entire emotional world around your presence. Has made you their safe place, their family, their home. That realization does not just change how you see your cat. It changes how you see yourself too. Because being chosen like that, being trusted like that, being the person someone runs to when the world feels uncertain, that means something. It does not matter that they have 4 legs instead of 2. It does not matter that they cannot say the words. The feeling behind the behavior is real. The attachment is real. The bond is real. And if you have been wondering whether your cat truly loves you, I hope by now you already know the answer deep inside. There is a particular kind of loneliness that people do not talk about enough. The kind that creeps in quietly in the middle of a life that looks fine from the outside. And there is a comfort that does not get talked about enough either. The kind that comes from a small warm body settling into your lap on a Tuesday night with no agenda, no condition attached, just choosing to be next to you. Your cat does that. Every single day, they choose you. Still, and I think that is worth naming out loud, because a lot of people feel embarrassed about how much their cat means to them, like it is somehow too much, like they should not feel that deeply about an animal. But let me tell you something. The people who love their cats that deeply are not foolish. They are paying attention. They noticed the slow blink. They felt the kneading. They opened the door, and something small was already there waiting. They see it. There is nothing excessive about loving back someone who loved you first. And your cat loved you first. Before you understood what they were doing. Before you knew about allo grooming or bunting or the mother trill. They were already choosing you every single day without needing you to understand why. That kind of love does not ask to be understood. It just keeps showing up, quietly, consistently, in all the small ways that add up to everything over time. Now, I want to tell you something that I think is going to stay with you. A woman wrote to us a few months ago. She said she had been going through a divorce. Quietly, without telling most people, just trying to hold things together day by day. And she said that every morning, without fail, her cat was already sitting outside the bathroom door when she came out. Not meowing, not asking for anything. Just there, waiting, every single morning. Just there. She said she did not realize until she wrote to us that the cat had been doing that her entire marriage. Through the good years and the hard ones. Through the mornings she cried in the shower, and the mornings she felt okay. That cat was outside the door every time. And she had never once stopped to ask why. She just stepped over them and went on with her day. She said reading about attachment bonds made her sit down and cry in a completely different way, because she finally understood that it was not routine. It was not hunger. The bowl was always full by then. It was the cat knowing, in whatever way cats know things, that the bathroom door meant she was about to face the day. And the cat had decided, years ago without being asked, that she was not going to face it alone. That is not a small story. That is exactly what science describes when it talks about secure attachment. That cat chose her. Every day. And I want you to think about your own version of that story. Because you have one. Maybe it is not as dramatic. Maybe it is just the way your cat appears every time you sit down. Or the way they position themselves between you and the door when someone unfamiliar comes inside. Or the way they started sleeping closer during the months that were harder. They notice. They adjust. They show up. That is the word for it. They consistently show up for you. And here is what I find quietly remarkable about all of this. Cats chose us, not the other way around. About 10,000 years ago, as humans began storing grain, wild cats started moving closer to settlements because of the rodents. Nobody trained them to come. Nobody lured them with promises. They simply found that where humans were, life was more manageable. And slowly, over thousands of years, something more than just pure utility grew between us. They did not have to stay. They are not like dogs, who were actively bred over generations to bond with and depend on humans. Cats retained their independence. They kept their instincts sharp. They kept every survival tool they had. And they still chose to be here, in your house, in your lap, waiting at the door, making the mother sound when you walk into the room. They could leave anytime. They have everything they need to survive. And they stay anyway. There is a word for choosing to stay somewhere you do not have to stay. There is a word for returning to someone you do not have to return to. For adjusting your whole behavior around the rhythms of another living thing. For sitting close to them in the quiet hours when there is nothing to gain. That word is not instinct. It is not conditioning. It is not habit, exactly. It is something older and quieter and more stubborn than all of those things combined. And I think you already know what that word is. You have felt it when they curled up on your chest during a hard week. You have felt it when they came and sat beside you after a long and draining day without being called. You have felt it in the slow blink, in the trill, in the small gift left at your feet. You knew it before you had the science to back it up. You knew it the way you know things that live in the body long before they reach the mind. So let us talk about what happens on the other side of this knowledge. Because learning something true about your cat is not just interesting. It is an invitation. An invitation to show up differently, to pay closer attention, to stop walking past the slow blink without blinking back, to notice the tail going up when you enter the room, to sit still an extra minute when they settle into your lap. Small things, but they are not small to your cat at all. When you slow blink back at your cat, something happens. Research shows their stress indicators drop, their body relaxes. They are more likely to approach you and stay close. You did not do anything dramatic. You did not buy them anything. You simply spoke their language back to them. And they heard you. That is what changes when you understand what your cat is saying. You stop being someone they love from a distance. You become someone who answers them. And there is something that happens to a person when they feel genuinely understood. When someone or something looks at them and responds in kind, there is a settling, a softening, a quiet relief that does not need words to be real. Your cat feels that when you blink back, when you sit still while they need, when you let them follow you from room to room without shooing them away. You are telling them, I see you too. I am here too. This is mutual. One of the things I hear most often from people who have lived with cats for a long time is this. They say the cat helped them through something. A divorce, a loss, a period of life that was just relentlessly hard and gray. And the cat did not do anything miraculous. They just showed up. Every morning, every evening, warm and present, and entirely unconcerned with how messy or broken or uncertain things felt. They just kept choosing to be close to you. There is actual research behind this too. Studies have found that cat owners have lower rates of heart attack and stroke, that the sound of a cat purring, specifically between 25 and 50 hertz, has been shown to promote bone density and tissue healing. That simply stroking a cat lowers cortisol levels in the human body within minutes. Your cat is not just emotionally good for you. Biologically, physiologically, measurably, they are good for you. But beyond the numbers, beyond the studies, there is something that cannot be measured quite so neatly. The way time moves differently when your cat is in the room. The way a quiet house feels less empty when there is a small, warm presence somewhere inside it. The way you find yourself talking out loud just to have something listen. And the way they always, without fail, orient slightly toward the sound of your voice. They always turn toward you. I want to ask you something honest right now. Think back to when you first brought your cat home. Maybe it was years ago. Maybe decades. Think about that first night when they were somewhere new and uncertain and a little bit afraid. And think about how they eventually, slowly, found their way to wherever you were. Maybe it took days. Maybe it took weeks. But they found you. And something in them decided, this is the one. This is my person. This is safe. You did not earn that trust by doing anything grand. You earned it by being consistent, by being present, by feeding them at the same time, by speaking softly, by letting them come to you at their own pace without pushing. Trust with a cat is not demanded. It is grown, slowly, over quiet, ordinary days that do not feel like much in the moment but are everything when you look back. You built something real, and they know it even if they cannot say so. And that is actually a lesson that goes beyond cats, if you let it. The slow, patient, consistent building of trust. The willingness to speak someone else's language rather than insisting they learn yours. The understanding that love is not always loud or obvious. Sometimes it is a cat sitting 3 feet away, not touching, not asking for anything, just present. Just making sure you know they are there. That counts. That has always counted. It always will. There is a kind of wisdom in how cats love. It is not anxious. It is not desperate. It does not need constant confirmation or reassurance. It just keeps showing up in the same small ways, day after day, because that is what love looks like when it has settled into something steady, something more reliable than feeling, something closer to a choice made quietly every single morning. No fanfare, no announcement, just them, looking up and choosing you again. And I think that is something people over 40 understand in a way that is hard to fully explain to someone younger. You have lived enough life to know that the loudest love is not always the truest love. You have seen relationships that burned bright and fast and left nothing behind. And you have also felt the quiet ones, the ones that did not announce themselves, the ones that just stayed. Your cat is that kind of love, the kind that simply stays. You also know by now what it feels like to lose something you did not fully appreciate while you had it. Most of us carry at least one of those. A person, a season of life, a relationship that ended before you understood what it was. And part of why this video matters, part of why I made it, is because I do not want you to look back one day and realize your cat was saying I love you in 15 different ways, and you never quite heard it clearly enough. So hear it now. Your cat loves you, not as a lesser version of human love, not as a pale imitation of something more real, as the full, genuine, biologically grounded, behaviorally expressed love of a creature who had every option to be somewhere else and chose to be with you. That is real. That is enough. That is, in its own quiet and particular way, one of the more extraordinary things happening in your daily life right now. It deserves to be seen. Now I want to spend a little time on something that might be the most practical part of this whole conversation. Because understanding that your cat loves you is one thing. Knowing how to deepen that bond, how to speak back to them in ways they can feel and understand, that is something else entirely. And it does not require anything complicated. It just requires a little intention and a willingness to pay the kind of attention you now know how to pay. The slow blink is the easiest place to start. Next time your cat is looking at you from across the room, hold their gaze gently, soften your eyes, and blink slowly. Do not stare intensely. Do not force it. Just let your eyes go soft and close slowly, the way you do right before you fall asleep. Then wait. Give them a moment. A lot of cats will blink back. Some will look away and then look back. Either way, you just had a conversation with your cat. Another thing you can do is simply be still when they come to you. When your cat jumps into your lap or presses against your leg or settles near your shoulder, resist the impulse to immediately start petting or moving or adjusting. Just be still first. Let them lead. Let them set the pace of the contact. Cats feel control very deeply, and when you give them the choice of how and when to be touched, the trust that builds from that is remarkable and fast. Talk to them. I know you already do, but talk to them more deliberately. Use their name. Use a soft and slightly higher pitch than your normal speaking voice. Research shows cats respond more readily to that register. Tell them what you are doing. Tell them about your day. It sounds a little silly written out like that, but the sound of your voice, specifically your voice, is one of the primary ways your cat tracks your presence and your emotional state. And pay attention to what they are trying to tell you. Now that you know the language, listen for the trill when you walk in. Watch for the tail going up. Notice where they choose to sleep and whether it has shifted closer to you over time. Notice if they bring you things more often during weeks when your stress is higher. They are reading you constantly. The least you can do, and the most you can do, is read them back with the same quiet attention. There is a specific kind of peace that comes from being truly known by another living thing, from having your moods read and responded to, from feeling that someone notices when you are not okay without you having to say it. Most people spend their whole lives looking for that in other people, and it is right there, in your home, in a creature who weighs 8 pounds and knocks things off counters and stares at walls for reasons nobody fully understands. Before we move into the final stretch of this video, I want to say something directly to you. If you have made it all the way here with me, I want to invite you to subscribe to this channel and join us every day. We talk about cats the way cats deserve to be talked about, seriously, with real science, real feeling, and real respect for the bond you have built. If that is the kind of content that matters to you, hit subscribe right now. We will be here. Because here is the thing. You just spent this whole video learning that your cat has been speaking to you every single day in a language you did not fully know. And that changed something, did it not? That is exactly what this channel is about. Finding those moments, understanding them, letting them land the way they deserve to. So if you want more of that, we are here every single day. Now let us finish. There is still something important left to say. One thing nobody really prepares you for when you love a cat is how much they become part of the architecture of your daily life. Not dramatically, in a quiet, structural way. The sound of them jumping down when you open the refrigerator, the weight of them at the foot of the bed, the way the house sounds different, a little emptier, when they are at the vet for a few hours. They fill a space you did not even know was there until they fully occupied it. And that is, in a way, the most honest measure of a bond. Not how loud it is, not how demonstrative, but how much the absence of it changes the texture of ordinary life. Your cat has woven themselves into the fabric of your days so thoroughly that you only notice the threads when something pulls at them. That kind of presence is not accidental. That kind of presence is built, slowly, deliberately, on both sides. You built it together without a blueprint. I want to talk for a moment about the cats who are no longer here. Because if you are over 40 and you have loved cats your whole life, there is a very good chance you have lost one. And you know what that grief is like. You know how specific it is, how it lives in the particular spots they used to occupy, the corner of the couch, the patch of floor near the heater, the foot of the bed at 3 a.m. Grief that specific is love that was real. There is still a stigma, in some circles, around grieving an animal deeply. People who have not felt it do not always understand it. They say things like, "It was just a cat." And you know, in the marrow of you, that it was not just anything. It was a relationship. Years of slow blinks and morning greetings and small gifts and shared silences. It was someone who knew your routines better than most people do. Losing that is losing something real and whole. And if you have a cat right now, living and breathing and probably somewhere nearby as you watch this, I hope this video has done one thing above all else. I hope it has made you want to go find them, to sit with them, to look at them a little longer than usual, to notice the tail and the trill and the slow blink with fresh eyes. Not because anything has changed, but because you now see clearly what was always already there. That is a gift. Use it well. The 15 signs are not a checklist. They are a lens. Once you have it, you cannot unsee through it. You will be sitting in your living room on a completely ordinary evening, and your cat will walk in and look at you, and you will see the whole thing. The trust, the history, the 10,000 years of slow convergence between their species and yours. The particular story of the two of you, built one quiet day at a time. All of it, in one ordinary moment. And I think that is what we are really after. All of us, in the end. Not grand gestures, not dramatic proof, just the ability to see clearly what is right in front of us, to recognize love when it is happening in real time, in real life, in the quiet and ordinary form it usually takes. Your cat has been offering that to you every single day. Now you know how to receive it. Now you know how to look back and let them see that you see them. That is it. If this video meant something to you, share it with 5 people who love their cats. Not because I need the numbers, because there are people in your life walking past 15 signs every day and never landing in the beauty of what they have. You can change that with one share. And leave a comment below telling me one sign you recognized from your own cat. Tell me the moment that hit closest to home. I read every single one. Every single one. Always. And one more thing. Tell me in the comments what you want the next video to be about. Because this channel belongs to you as much as it belongs to me. You are the reason we are here. Your cat is the reason we are here. Follow along, share this with someone who needs it, and go find your cat right now. Just sit with them a minute. No phone, no noise, just you and them. You already know what they will do. They will come. They always come. They choose you.